Average, you're looking at anywhere from 20,000 to 80,000 bees per hive. So you can multiply that by however many hives you have. So a lot.
And that doesn't feel crowded to them? That's just how they
As
live?
far as being that many in a box,
Yeah.
no, they use that for protection, and to keep their hive cool and warm in the wintertime. So that's normal. The smoke's kind of like in the wild. If there's a wildfire, they'll take that, they'll go into their hive and start collecting honey and fill their bellies full of honey because they think, oh, fire's going to burn down our hive. We're getting ready to leave. So, and they go and draw up, and all of them start drawing up honey, and it kind of makes them a little lethargic and lazy, so they're not as apt to sting you. So yeah, so black, in the wild, what's not so much in Texas, but what's their number one predator? I guess would be a bear. So anything black, dark colored like that, even here you have to deal with skunks getting in the hives. So black as well. So they don't like the color black, along with red because they don't see the light spectrum red. So red is black to them as well. Just as a virgin queen, she'll fly to be bred by drones, and then once she comes back to hive, she's generally there for life most of the time, unless they abscond and decide to leave or something like that. But normally, she's in the hive and protected by the rest of the bees.
And because of that, all the guards, does she ever need to sting? Does that ever happen?
If for some reason she needs to, especially like if there's another queen in there, they'll fight. There's only one queen per hive, so they'll fight to the death between the two of them. But they're the only bee out of all of them, all the honeybees, that can sting multiple times. So when she stings, she doesn't lose her stinger. She's longer, so she can get down on each cell and lay eggs, because they have to lay a little bitty egg at the bottom of each cell in the honeycomb. So, and she's bred, and she's bred for life. So she's got to store all that up to be able to live for her average of about, some people say about 3 years. If you're used to going in a hive, which you need to, if you have a beehive, you have to maintain them regularly and go in there and check them a lot. They're kind of used to that. With the smoke, calms them down, or some essential oils with some sugar water sprays too is another option. And you just have to move slow. You move fast, that's like a predator, and then they're going to get agitated. But you move slow and methodically, and don't drop anything. They're pretty calm most of the time. Lavender, peppermint. Some people use a little sage, some thyme. There's a whole array of them you can use, and some people use those essential oils for some of the parasite control too, to kind of try it naturally versus going chemical wise.
So I know that this isn't an ideal scenario, but say the bees get agitated and you get stung. You were talking about and even not with you, but in general.
Right.
Once a bee stings, they leave a pheromone behind, right? That calls the other bees to, this is the one to attack.
Right. So bee, last resort, they decide to sting you. Their stinger pulls out away from their abdomen and is stuck in your arm or wherever they sting you, and that releases a pheromone. It's kind of really similar to like a real ripe banana smell, and that just targets, and like all other bees are like, all right, this is our target, it's on, we need to attack this person, thing, whatnot, to get it, to kill it or get it out of the hives. Pollination is probably the key, and without them, like, we would eventually not have any food to eat, and even not just from forage or fruits and vegetables, but that all trickles down to even cattle. Because what do cattle eat? Different grains we feed them, different forages, and that's all relying on pollination. So without pollination, basically, our planet would die off. One day I was removing a tree in Brook Hollow here in Aledo, and got into a beehive accidentally, and got stung several times, and didn't think too much of it at the time, and I've been dealing with Lyme disease for a little while. And after those initial stings, I felt a little bit better, so I did a little more digging on the internet that I stumbled across in the past. I came across a group that's using the bee venom to actually treat Lyme disease and having pretty good success with it. They're actually using parts of bee venom for other products too. Even like they used part of it for a basis for contact lenses to make them antibacterial. And
so I know you said what was important to you is you felt that the bees had saved your life.
Right, they've helped me out tremendously. I still have a ways to go, but so I kind of feel responsible. If they've helped me out, I need to do my part and help them out. So what we're going to do today, we're going to cut the face off the comb. A couple different methods. They got a couple different tools to just cut as little wax off as you can. Then you spin them out. Then you can put the frames with all the drawn wax back in the hive, and they'll refill those. Or this time of the year during the dearth or in the fall, we'll pull them and we'll either freeze them or use something else on them to wrap them up to prevent wax moths from eating all the wax in them. But so this way, the bees are reusing the wax, so they have the potential to make more honey versus using all their energy to make wax. And typically the very young bees are the bees that are going to excrete wax, and then they collect that, and that's how they build their honeycomb. Ideally, it's our Facebook page, Aledo Apiary. Our phone number's on there, and that's probably the two best ways to get a hold of us.